If it's happening in New York, New Jersey, or Long Island, hear about it with Joe Piscopo. Mornings, 6 to 10 on AM 970. The Answer.
Ozzy Osbourne? Is that it? Oh, good, Al. Thank you. See, Kevin McCullough loves Ozzy Osbourne. I know when Kevin leaves, after he does his stint on WMCA, talking about God and country, you turn Ozzy Osbourne on your radio. Maybe not, Kevin. That would be it.
It leads to a very interesting dinner conversation, bats heads and stuff, so... Yeah, we do.
Ozzy, how are you, man?
Good.
Looking good. You got the pink going, too. Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Both the bride and my mom both died of breast cancer.
Wow.
So October is a big month for us.
Oh, man, good for you that we're wearing that. Good for you for supporting that. And I like the pink. You got the little pink pocket square going.
I know everything about what I know about pocket squares from Joe Piscopo.
Well, I studied Charles Payne over Vice Business.
Oh, yeah?
And Ed Henry now.
Because Cavuto takes all the credit for it.
Neil is the guy. Neil's the guy with the tab collar. And I'm telling you, the tab collars are not. When I sat down with Cavuto on Fox, and you're great on Fox, by the way.
Thank you. So
and they put you against somebody who really doesn't make much sense, and you have to go.
I want the Piscopo gig. I want the unchallenged airtime. I don't want anybody to argue with me. I just want to, be able to say what I want to say.
But Neil will never let you get away with it. No matter, he'll play devil's advocate all the time. It's true, but they put you with some folks with progressives, and you're going. Let me start there, if I may, Kevin.
Sure.
And Kevin, you're on the air today, 5 o'clock, and you'll be breaking this all down. I'm watching the news, and I don't want to think like we're a club, and we're the conservative club, because you're more conservative than I am. We're both men of strong faith.
Sure.
And we make no apologies for that.
Absolutely.
I'm watching the narrative in the news, and it's so wrong. And I'm being objective here, but it is wrong. You think the most progressive socialists in the country, they're known as Democrats now, but really they're progressive socialists now.
They took over the Democratic Party.
They really did. So you can't, with a straight face, say, Paul Manafort. Yeah, that's right, Russian collusion. There's nothing. You and I and tens of millions of people see there's nothing there. How do they get away with it, Kevin?
I don't know. I mean, it was interesting. I had MSNBC's legal analyst, Katie Fang, on yesterday. And NBC is a very left-of-center network. And she said plain out, there's nothing in this indictment that in any way reflects on Trump. In fact, it's really funny. It's supposed to be about Russia and Trump. It's really about the Ukraine and Manafort. There's no.
God, what a great statement.
There's no Russia or Trump in it.
Ricky, you got to put that one out there. No, we do little quotes. That's a great quote. Yeah. That's very right on the money.
And the real game here is that Mueller knows that going into it. What he wants to do is he wants to squeeze Manafort, thinking that he'll turn something on Trump. And I was listening to Hugh Hewitt before you came on this morning, and I think he had it right. I think that the end of this is going to be either Trump will be indicted or he'll be completely exonerated. And I think it's going to be the latter, because I don't think Manafort has anything. And I think if he did, he probably would have offered it up by now.
And Manafort ain't talking. I got news for you.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to
he
either.
Ain't talking.
But I don't think he has anything, because I don't think there was any.
Not regarding to Donald Trump. But is it legal for them to go after Manafort for a million other things that have nothing to do with Trump?
Yeah, it is. Under the special counsel law, what this particular Deputy AG Rosenstein did is he granted Mueller absolute power to wander anywhere that the evidence goes. Now, I like that, considering Uranium One and the dossier. If you're going to go anywhere where the evidence goes, let's go where the evidence goes. Yeah, and you've got two big pieces of it sitting right there.
Yeah, it's so true. Now, Papadopoulos, this guy, I like saying his name.
Yeah.
I don't really care that.
Or in Donald Trump's mind, who?
Yeah.
What? Unpaid aid?
Is that the best one yet?
Who?
This guy's he's like
I was his best friend. Who?
And now they're going after this guy, and the left is going. And I don't want to say the left, because there are liberals, there are Democrats, there are, and I respect them all. But when you become a socialist, then you got a problem, and you're trying to bring socialism to the United States of America, and that's what they're exactly trying to do. They are grabbing anything, and Papadopoulos is one of them. How do they get away with that too? And who is this? Do you know who this guy is?
Nobody knows who he is. He was with the campaign for about half a blink. And he was never paid. He
was never paid.
Never on the payroll. Everything he brought to the executive people above him, he said, hey, there's meetings, there's emails, we could take a look at all this. They said, what? Go away. And that was the end of it. And so now he's confessed, I did all these wrong things. I think he's looking for a book deal.
Yeah, but if he's going to go, does he, when he flips, he's got to have something to flip.
Yeah, he's already flipped. He's already
what does
said,
he got,
this
though?
is
He's
what
got nothing.
I tried to set up meetings with the Russians, and they knew about it. That's about as far as it goes.
Stay with me, Kevin McCullough. Appreciate it, because you're smarter than I am, man.
No, I don't
So,
believe
excuse me, Uranium One. So, if they're going to go after Papadopoulos, I love saying that name, Papadopoulos. If they're going after this guy, can they, or can the president, or can somebody, because Jeff Sessions, God forbid, recused himself.
Right.
Someone's got to go after. Mueller was in charge, and then Comey was in charge during the Uranium One exchange. 20% of American uranium going to Russia, taking money into the foundation. Correct me if I'm wrong here.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars going to Bill Clinton for speaking engagements. Help me out. Am I missing something here?
No, you're not. In fact, the dossier and the Uranium One deal all kind of spearhead in the same direction, right? Because it was the Clintons that benefited from the uranium, as pay for play. And it's not just the $500,000 that Clinton got. It was the $48 million in contributions to the charity, which even Rosenstein and the AG has already said this was largely operated as a slush fund for Bill and Hillary. So count all of that as income for them, as far as I'm concerned.
You're into it today, 5 o'clock.
You know it. Anything that breaks today will be on it.
On the AM 970, The Answer, Kevin McCullough Live. Thank
Joe
you, brother.
Piscopo.
God
Great
bless
seeing
you,
you.
brother. You too, my
Do this
friend.
more often.
All right. Yeah, anytime, Kevin. Always welcome. You know that. It's 8:50.
Everybody knows this guy. Now, everybody knows he can do a radio show. Joe Piscopo. Mornings, 6 to 10 on AM 970. The Answer.